We're back and we're here to talk about divine mercy.
So this past Sunday was Divine Mercy Sunday, and so it was the week after Easter, and it's such a cool day, so we couldn't pass this opportunity to talk about it.
So how do we take all that divine mercy at Sunday is all about and put it into a 5-minute video or so?
I don't know, but we're definitely gonna try.
So first, what is divine mercy, Justina?
So it's basically what it sounds like. It's mercy given from our divine God, but that explanation's a little bit too simple. So we're gonna dig a little bit deeper.
We need to remember that we are all imperfect, sinners, and completely incapable of getting into heaven without God.
It is impossible to earn your way into heaven. It is not something that can be earned. It's only something that can be given from the giver, who is God. So you have to remember that. And also, as a quote from one of our leaders in a cross-seeker group at our church, Jim Hogan, he said that it's a gift given from God. Mercy is a gift given from God, and heaven is a gift given from God. And we can either choose to accept it or deny it. Like you could just say, I don't want the gift. Or you could completely accept it. You have to make the choice though. God will give you the gift, but you ultimately make the choice if you want it or if you don't want it. The divine mercy of God is God's way of giving us the gift of easing the misery and suffering of our world.
And it's a love that comes out of pity from God for us.
He accomplished this most perfectly in his suffering and dying on the cross for us. And we need to use his example to use our suffering to ease the pain of everyone else who's suffering. So we take our suffering, offer it up, and in that way we'll ease other people's suffering.
A neat quote from Father Kasiki, who really loved the divine mercy, is this. Take it on, Justina.
Well, I have a piece of paper because this is kind of a tongue twister quote, so I'm going to read it. Having a pain in your heart for the pains of others and taking pains to do something about their pain. It's a lot of pain, and this is basically how divine mercy works. So when you're suffering, you can give that suffering up for someone else who's in pain, and taking pains to do something about their pain. So you're taking the pain and you're doing something with that pain, and you're doing something for others with the pain. So it's a lot of pain and suffering, and that's what divine mercy is all about, is taking that pain and suffering and giving it up joyfully for the pain of others so that they might not feel so much pain.
Now, who really helped the idea of divine mercy to spread?
Well, it was Saint Faustina Kowalska, who was a Polish nun. So she was really cool, and I like her because her name is kind of similar to mine. Like Justina, Faustina, it's kind of similar, but I like her, yeah. Jesus began appearing to her and giving her lots of ideas that she wrote down into notebooks. And these notebooks were made into a book called The Diary of Saint Faustina Kowalska. So that's really cool. Like you can just read everything that she got from Jesus.
That's
like
awesome.
That is so cool. I mean, he appeared to her multiple times and she wrote it all down. Like, that is awesome. They have that concrete thing that you can be like, okay, so what did she say on this day? Let's see. And just read it.
The title, The Great Apostle of Divine Mercy in Our Time, was given to Saint Faustina from Saint John Paul II when she was being canonized.
Yeah. So he canonized her and gave her such a cool title. So that's cool. So this is an incredible book. Her diary is awesome. And if you can, you should definitely read it. Or if you can't read yet, or if it's a little bit difficult, have your parents read it to you. Because just hearing some of her words is so cool. So just, if you can get your hands on it, definitely do that.
It has different messages given to us directly from Jesus.
Yeah, and it matches up perfectly with all the teachings in the Bible. So there's nothing that could be like a little bit off. It's perfect. They're all matching up. So, like, you can trust it. And the Divine Mercy devotion is actually encouraged, like, by her and by Jesus to do. So, it's not like anything that's, like, taboo or anything. Don't have to be scared of it.
Yeah.
Definitely do it. It's encouraged by Jesus himself.
So, what are devotions to the Divine Mercy?
Well, the most common one is the Divine Mercy Chaplet. The chaplet consists of the rosary and a few special prayers that Jesus gave to St. Faustina himself. And she used to pray it constantly, so this is the most popular one. There are many promises that Jesus made with the chaplet. If we pray it, we have
the promise of great mercy at the hour of death, and the promise that Jesus will defend us at the hour of our death.
Yeah. Also, the promise of unimaginable graces if we trust in His mercy, and the promise that He will answer our prayers if they are compatible with God's will. There have been a few songs that people have made that are dedicated to the chaplet and like a version of how to pray the chaplet without just reciting it. So we'll have like little snapshots playing here so you can see what they're like, and then we'll put the links in the description so you can click them and pray the chaplet. It's really cool.
For the sake of His sorrowful passion, have mercy on us and on the whole world.
For the sake of His sorrowful passion, have mercy on us and on the whole world. Holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and on the whole world. Have mercy on us.
Another devotion is to the Divine Mercy image.
Yep. When Saint Faustina was in the convent, she was visited by Jesus. So Jesus appeared to her in her room and gave her an image that he told her to paint with the words, "Jesus, I trust in you," underneath. So this image was like shared throughout the world to like bring the idea of divine mercy and like this whole thing like to the public. You've probably seen this image a lot. Like, it's pretty common. There's the blue and the red coming out of Jesus' heart, and it's all over the place because Saint Faustina really succeeded in spreading this image that Jesus
like
asked
Jesus
her.
said.
Yep. But it's really a special image because it's an image of him sharing his mercy with everyone. So like, it's flowing out of his heart. The mercy is just abundant. It's just tons of mercy flowing out from his heart. So this is a really special image because it really depicts his divine mercy.
There are different versions of this image. They try to depict what Jesus asked her to show.
Yep. And St. Faustina was really bummed because no artist could get exactly what she saw because, I mean, they didn't see it. She asked them and had to describe it to them. But the original artist's head, shoulders, and face are very similar, almost an exact replica to the Shroud of Turin. So that was just a bit about divine mercy. And so definitely read up on it more if you're interested, and read up more on St. Faustina and her diary and just all that cool stuff, and click those songs in the description because they're a cool way to pray the chaplet without like just reciting it. So definitely check that stuff out.
Just a quick note that we are really sorry about the different camera things that have been happening. We've just had a bunch of difficulties in this video.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Camera
the devil is like,
changes.
no divine mercy. But we're gonna get this video up, even if there's a bunch of weird shots of us, and it's not perfectly.
The camera changes lighting maybe.
Yeah, we're filming this late at night, but it's okay. We're gonna get it up for you guys. Yay!
So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video.
Yep.